Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today I'm going back to my roots. I'm playing blue-white familiars. We're going back in time to play Prosperous Pirates as our win condition. Prosperous Pirates says when it enters the battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. And now we're going to use the namesake of the deck, Sunscape Familiar, which makes green and blue spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Then we're going to cast Ghostly Flicker for 1 mana with 2 Sunscape Familiars in play, targeting Archaeomancer, which says when it enters the battlefield, return instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand, and targeting Prosperous Pirates. That gives us infinite treasures, which means we can make infinite mana and use 2 Archaeomancers to shoot our opponent with Compulsive Research until they have no library. Now, that is the combo. Additionally, this deck has one side combo of 1 Sunscape Familiar, 1 Archaeomancer, 1 Prosperous Pirates, and 1 Ghostly Flicker, with a Faithful in play. God for Us Faithful says whenever you cast a blue, black, or red spell, you gain a life. So this gives us infinite mana. Or no, not infinite mana, but infinite life. Because this is mana neutral, since Ghostly Flicker will cost 2, and Prosperous Pirates makes 2 mana. Alright, so the rest of the deck hasn't changed too much, but what I'm doing here is I'm cutting my Dawnbringer Cleric / Echoing Truth slot, and I'm playing 2 Compulsive Research as a way to actually finish the game against opponents, especially on Magic Online. If you're in Paper, you could play 3 Deep Analysis, 3 Modern Age, and 1 Bounce Spell or Dawnbringer Cleric. That will allow you to get rid of Journey to Nowheres or Pestilence or onboard stuff. But we're just going to risk it, and hopefully Prismatic Strands will help us force through onboard interaction like those things. Alright, we're also just going for the 3 flicker effects of 1 Ephemerate and 2 Ghostly Flicker. We're going towards Ghostly Flicker specifically because we want to actually combo. And I think that this type of familiar stack is good again in this current meta, because of the side combo of going for the infinite life early, as well as being able to oops, I win, even though in Magic Online it takes a lot of time, but you just all of a sudden win the game. And especially in Paper, when people take their time, you can close games much quicker, and we don't have to worry about trying to grind people out. In the sideboard, I'm playing 7 Anti-Affinity with the 3 Revoke Resistance and 4 Dust to Dust, 1 additional Prismatic Strands, 4 Hydroblast, 1 Dispel, and 2 Negate. So Hydroblast obviously for red, Dispel is mostly for decks where we aren't necessarily going to stick a familiar, and then Negate is for control, but also lead the Stampede decks like Walls, and is good versus Bogles as well. And then Prismatic Strands can help us buy time against Bogles, and we have the 3 Revoke Resistance as well. And we want to bring in some number of Revoke Existence against Relics. Mana base has not changed since the last videos that you've seen me play Blue-White Familiars. If you're interested in this deck, I will be updating the sideboard guide to accompany this video, and that can be found on the Patreon, patreon.com/calicais. Hit me up with questions you have, and leave a comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the matches. Okay, we're here in round 1 versus Paulo Cabral. I'm going to keep this hand. We're on the draw. If we find a familiar or a faithful, we have the mana to cast them. And it looks like they're on burn, Synth burn. So I'm going to be probably looking to get this Prismatic Strands off. I found the familiar, so I guess the question is, do I try to preordain for a land or just cycle? I think I'm just going to cycle for planes and pass the turn. They play their second land. I'm looking to probably just preordain here and then set up Prismatic Strands into playing out the familiar. I think they're going to go for no, not a Coldota. Play the Forge Chanter. Here comes a preordain for us. Find a Prismatic Strands on top, but we can't actually play that because we have to play the Broker's Hideout and get the fetch. So the Prismatic Strands is somewhere in our library now that after we shuffled. And now we're staring down a bunch of damage. Here comes an Implement. So it's 3. Coldota Rebirth, of course. Alright. I guess if they do tap out, I think I probably want to just hold it to Strands. Pass the turn. I mean, hopefully they'll just get greedy and play a Bushwhacker or something. They play Reckless Impulse. So Strands is going to buy us a lot of life here. Play Mountain. I think they're probably going to cast the Epicure. Either way, we're going to be just playing Strands when they attack. If they save the Epicure for the post-combat. Alright, here comes the attack step. Prismatic Strands on red. Hopefully that'll buy us enough time. They're on one card in hand, but they do have another card off the implement here, plus the blood tokens for filtering. So we can buy a second turn after the familiar comes down by flashing it back. Go land, Sunscape Familiar, can then snap a token, untap, untap, go ahead and Compulsive Research. It draws us 3 and we can pitch a land. And then we can preordain or we can cast the Modern Age. We really want to find, well, we need blockers first of all, so getting the Modern Age into play is good. You can always just pitch the preordain or the land. Well, I convinced myself to play the Modern Age. Alright, I'm going to discard the land now and pass the turn. There's some potential for just like, let's Prismatic Strands right now in case they had a bolt off the top, red. Double land, wow. So they'll probably crack a blood token. They crack the implement to draw a card, so there are 2 cards in hand. Now they're going to play another implement. I'll go to 12. Okay, we just take the damage from their creatures. We're going to go draw, discard. Find a Prohibit, which is good. Suppose I can discard the Deep Analysis. Let's preordain. We did not find a Faithful, so we're just going to bottom these lands. Oh man. We just snap a token, and then we can hardcast the Muldrifter, and then I suppose we just leave up the Prohibit. Alright, draw some cards. Another Strands is really good. We are about close to actually stalling out. We're drawing a card off the implement. The thing that's really scary here is the Forge Chanter for sure. They have 3 cards in hand. They can discard cards with the blood token. They have 6 mana. They've drawn almost as many cards as us. Okay, they crack with Cathotha Rebirth. I'm just going to let that go. They're going to discard an Epicure. Okay, I don't know why they don't think that that's that important. Looks like they're going to go for the Bolt on the Familiar. Chain Lightning, Familiar. So we're going to counter that. Pass the turn. Well, not pass, but there's nothing else we can do. We're tapped out. Here comes the attacks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if they have a bolt right here, it puts us to, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It puts us to 3. But I'm just going to take it. Okay, we stay at 7. They have an End the Festivities to take out my Muldrifter. Put me to 6. Alright, so we have Archaeomancer in hand. That means we can Mancer get back Snap, or Mancer get back Prohibit. I suppose we can get back the Compulsive Research, then discard the Prismatic Strands, or Compulsive Research and then discard the, yeah, let's just do the Compulsive here. Talk myself into it. We didn't play the land yet. We're going to let them attack, cast the Prismatic Strands. They're 1 card in hand, so we can block and kill a lot of things. Okay, they cast a Synthesizer, which is scary. They always have the next card to draw them 80 cards. Okay, it's a mountain. Phew. They can't discard that for value, but they can now sacrifice a Synthesizer. Alright. Find a Swifty. So are they going to attack? We will eat the Swifty for sure. They are sending out. Sweet. So we go Prismatic Strands on red. And then F6. We're going to block the Swift Spear and the Epicure and the 2/4. Well, that doesn't matter. So a bunch of their creatures are off the table now. We have Ghostly Flicker. We're going to Compulsive Research. Discarding land. I think I'm going to Ephemerate for Snap. Go ahead and snap this Samurai token. Just get these islands in play. I don't really want to Deep Analysis. So I guess I'm going to Compulsive. And here I discard the Modern Age or the Flicker. Well, the Flicker can get me a counterspell. So I'll discard the Modern Age. Oh, I have to discard 2 cards, okay. Modern Age Flicker. We will snap a token, untap these, and play the Familiar. We do have the Ephemerate in Exile, so that's all of our Flicker effects. And we can Flicker for the Prohibit in response to something. Alright, they're going to get in. No? Yes, they're getting in. So we're going to go block, block, and then kill that. See what they have. Looks like nothing. So we go to 5. We can now Ephemerate to get our Prohibit. And now we're like playing the control game. Ephemerate for Prohibit. And I guess pass the turn. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. What do they got? We're sitting on our Prismatic Strand still. So now we can Ephemerate and get back our Deep Analysis or our Compulsive Research. Or get back the Flicker, but that doesn't matter. We're looking for, okay, Mulldrifters, good. Is great. We're gonna evoke the Mulldrifter and Flicker it. Do-do. That should settle it. Okay, draw some cards. We're at 5, but we're drawing cards. We find the Pirates, so that's GG. Is there anything in the graveyard we want? We want the Mulldrifter, I guess. Probably play out the Mire. Get the Mulldrifter. Pirates. Okay. And we'll just attack you now. So they're going to go to 18. We are going to make infinite mana. And then from here, we don't want to give them cards. So we're going to search for a Faithful and make infinite life, as well as drawing into our Mulldrifters and such. Just gonna click for a little while. Modern Age, pitching the Chancery. Just go Drifter Evoke. Okay, here comes the Drifter. And Flicker it up. Making sure to click the Archaeomancer. I am saving the Ephemerate in hand in case I accidentally misclick. Okay, there's the other Archaeomancer. So we're just going to make a little bit more mana. Then we can snap their creatures. Volicarino. Some more mana. Okay, we're making mana. So this is the part that's quite annoying on the internet. Quite annoying on Magic Online, I mean. Because people are never going to scoop it up. I mean, there's nothing that they can do as long as I'm doing my job. Another pirate. Although, you know, I could misclick. We're going to draw some cards. There's the Faithful. Alright. Faithful. They have 2 cards in hand. We're gonna make some more mana. We're protected by double spell against against 2 spells. And they scooped it up to the infinite life, so that was nice. Okay, sideboarding. We want all the Hydros. I've been just removing the Prohibits. And let's go. I've been taking out the Pirates, but I don't know if that's correct. I like to trim on Familiar Archaeomancer, so maybe we trim the Pirate as well. Which means that we could bring in, excuse me, could bring in something else. Oh yeah, Prismatic Strands here. So we have 4 Hydros, 3 Prismatic Strands, and then the rest of our interaction, and hopefully that will keep us. Alright, this is a pretty good hand, I think. Reason being, we have the turn 3 Prismatic Strands into Faithful, and we might have to discard the Prismatic Strands. It looks like we can just play out a Faithful. Plains. If we draw another land, we'll hold on to it. I don't know. Just play the Faithful out. Yeah. Land. Might as well play the Faithful. That's a turn. Play another Forge Chanter. They have a land, so they could bolt it. They're gonna raise my plains. Cool. Hopefully they don't have another raise. We find a Hydroblast. So let's go ahead and get that. That takes me off of the Prismatic Strands for sure. And they play a Synthesizer. Okay. I think I have to let that go and try to protect the Chancery so that I can get the Prismatic Strands into play. Reckless Impulse. If they go land Impulse, I'm going to Hydroblast that. Yeah, that's going to get countered. That's the turn. And we can block. So they'd have to have a Fire Blast here. They don't. We're going to go Chancery. We found the Modern Age. I think I might have seen that off the Preordain. Modern Age pitches the Prismatic Strands, and now we are protected once again. Haha, protection. I love how the Modern Age and Prismatic Strands synergize. We are still at 20. Here comes a Kuldotha Rebirth. I'm just going to yield to these things. Another okay, Swift Spear. Swift Spear is in play for the opponent. Freaky. Swift Spear. 1 mana available. They're going to get in for 5. It's kind of scary. We will block. We have their 2 cards in hand. Take the 5. They play an Epicure. So they get a blood token. Another Prismatic Strands. Hello. Discard that. And then I think we just play Archaeomancer for Hydroblast. Or we could play God Pharaoh's Faithful Compulsive Research. But then we have to discard like Pirates Ephemerate. I think let's get the life. Take that. We'll discard Deep Analysis and Pirate. Pass the turn. Okay, our opponent is going to discard a mountain, draw a card. They're going to get in. We'll take the 5. Block. And block. Alright. Okay, my turn. Now it's time to do some damage. Muldrifter. Well, I think I'm going to just Drifter Ephemerate now. Alright, here comes the Drifter. Draw 2. Slam an Ephemerate. Find another Strands. Okay. So we definitely haven't won, but I don't think we're losing anytime soon. We're going to resolve this Ephemerate. Relic of Progenitus. Okay. We're good at Strands. Strands and on red. Pass the turn. They will have to crack the Relic. They're gonna decline to crack the Relic right now. It's kind of weird. I guess I'm gonna have to start attacking. We lost our Prosperous Pirates, so we don't have the full combo anymore. So we're gonna draw off the Muldrifter. Bunch of life, or a bunch of cards. Man, no lands. Alright, let's Preordain. Looking for a land. I guess a Familiar would be okay here. I don't care if they crack the Relic right now. Chancery is pretty decent, so I guess we put that on top, put the island on the top, go land, and then we can we have 2 cards we can't use, so let's Hydroblast this. They're still considering cracking the Relic. Yeah, we'll pay the 2. And just go ahead and, well, this is a weird spot because I could end step discard the Prismatic Strands. Oh, well, they're good. Okay, fine enough. See you in round 2. Alright, we're on the play. Round 2. This is a medium hand. We're going to keep it, though. Ezocrato's usually been on blue fairies. I'm going to pass the turn. So against blue fairies, we're going to get a turn 2 Familiar, and then we have Deep Analysis and stuff. Yep, it is fairies. For fairies, we really want to see our Modern Ages because it stalls them out in the air, as well as Faithfuls are very good because it gains a bunch of life, stops their paying attacks from mattering. I'm going to play out a Familiar. We also want to not walk into a Spellsetter Sprite, so being on the play here is very good. We're going to get in and probably Ninja. Big Ninja. They snap me into a Ninja. Snap into a little Ninja. Okay, that's fine. So the thing with the little Ninja is that you don't actually have to block it. You can consider blocking it, but if you're worried about a mutagenic growth, you don't really have to. It's only doing a loot. Loot is really good, but it's not as powerful as just really actually drawing a card. So based on that, I'm going to play Familiar into Chancery, picking up this and passing the turn. They're going to get in, I'll take the 3. I'm worried about the mutagenic. They discard a Fairy Seer. They're going to snap my creature again. We will just Deep Analysis. They're going to counterspell the Deep Analysis, which means that they don't have a counterspell for the Muldrifter now. The reason that I didn't play the Familiar is because I was worried that they would have a Spell Pierce as well. Get in and loot again. Let's see if they discard their Mutagenic. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. They may discard a land. They do discard a land. Okay, so here we go. We just go Muldrifter. Did not have the counterspell. Yep, they got a little bit greedy there in the beginning. It could indicate that they do have the Mutagenic. So what I'm going to do is block the Ninja, assuming it's going to die anyway. Assuming my Muldrifter is going to die to a Mutagenic. Yep. Had the hard read. Okay, so that means Fairy Miscreant's not great. That means that they can counter my Sunscape no matter what. Preordain into Prismatic Strands. Okay, so let's bottom this. Top the Strands. Play another Preordain. Bottom that. Bottom the Compulsive. Got a lot of card draw already. We have 2 Familiars. Alright, that's fine. I'm going to go for the Prismatic Strands here and see if they'll use their Spellstutter Sprite. Strands. On blue. There's a Spellstutter Sprite. Alright. Fair enough. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. They get to loot. They discard an island. Could have another Spellstutter Sprite in hand. We'll see. So what we're looking for is one of our prohibits. Try to counter the Spellstutter Sprite. If they have it. Here's a Familiar. There's another Sprite. They're going to snap the Spellstutter Sprite? Okay. That is what they have, I guess. We play another Familiar. So then we play Compulsive Research. Alright, land. Play Island. So now we have Modern Age plus Deep Analysis. We are about to die. We have Prismatic Strands to stop the Ninja. I think we hang out. Can't really afford to take the block, take the damage. Okay, I think we just draw. Maybe they had a Spell Pierce or something. We're gonna block here. They have a Ninja, so we have Prismatic Strands on blue, and we are going to counter Spellstutter Sprite. They have the Dispel. Alright, so we're going to snap the Miscreant, which means that the Strands will resolve. Pass the turn, choose blue, and that worked. Alright, so now we really need to find a Faithful. We're going to draw 2. Find the Faithful. Perfect. Modern Age, discarding a Plains most likely. And we got the game. Got 'em. Draw the cards. Can't draw the cards. Okay. So I do like Prismatic Strands a lot in this spot. I like... Question is if we need the Pirates. Seems like not really. Maybe we can just cut the Pirates for another Dispel and a Strands or a Negate. Dispel, Negate, keep some Strands in. Let's submit it that way. Well, this looks like a decent hand. They kept 7, which means they have a turn 2 Ninja, and we cannot deal with the turn 2 Ninja right now. I'm gonna mulligan, hoping to get a better hand. Okay, we have a turn 2 Faithful, plus another Faithful. And discard, we're gonna get rid of the Flicker. So we have a turn 2 Faithful, hopefully drawing something else. We need lands, we need Modern Age and stuff. We'll just yield until here to not give away information, even though we know we're just going to get a Plains. They slam in. They Ninja us. Can't say I didn't see it coming. The most... I mean... there's a lot of power in this deck. Basically comes down to having the turn 2 Ninja. Faithful, pass the turn. Pass the turn again. So ways that they could disrupt us would be like Snap, Mutagenic. Just gonna not block. Take it. They take the 3. This is a very much a repeat of game 1, except we're on the draw. They discard a Miscreant, play a Fairy Seer, they're going to scry. So if we see some two tops, that means they're probably ninjas. And we whiffed, so we play the Faithful and hope they don't have a Spell Sorcerer Sprite, but they do. Yeah, that's not... We just can't really win from there. And we weren't going to draw lands anyway. That was pretty fast. I think we're just going to keep it as is. I think we could have kept the first hand on the play. We'd like to play first. Oh man. I think I have to mulligan 3 Ash Baron's hand. Yeesh. Okay, keep this. Getting rid of Compulsive. I'm going to preordain looking for a land, I think. Negate and a land. Okay, pass the turn. So we're going to draw the negate, play the Broker's Hideout on island, or on plains. Interesting. Okay. This reads like they're going to flash in a Brine Bearer, but they didn't. What? Okay. So for the Broker's Hideout, getting a plains, just in case. Then we'll pass the turn. We're working our way up to a Muldrifter. They may flash in a Spellstutter Sprite here. They did not. If they're just making land drops, this is much better for me than it is for them. Play Chancery. Passing the turn, picking up an island or plains. And then we can probably resolve the familiar. They play a Spellstutter Sprite. Here's where I probably want to just try to snap their ninja. They have a ninja. We attempt to snap. Go for the dispel. Okay, pass the turn. So ninja has resolve. We're gonna go Nightscape Familiar, land, play Faithful, likely gets spell stuttered, and then we just snap the spell stutter sprite, Gadoink, time walk you, and play a Muldrifter. That's perfect. And we have the negate now, and a flicker. That's really good. Okay, they're gonna snap. No, there's spell starter sprite. Did they mean to play a snap? They mean to play a spell starter sprite? I feel like they misclicked. Oh, they just wanted to play an of one mind. Okay. Another of one mind. Another of one mind. Another of one mind. Okay, fine. Loot. Ridiculous. Okay, so that is why they wanted to keep that hand. True. Has 3 divinations. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to swing out with the Muldrifter, expecting that they will block and mutagenic, but they do not. So now we flicker the Drifter, draw 2. We find Archaeomancer, so we can land, play Archaeomancer. This is perfect. We get back the flicker. Heyo! Now we just go ahead and flicker for 2 more cards. We don't really care about their card advantage for the ninjas now. We have all the advantage ourselves. Doink. And now we have infinite life if we resolve that faith or familiar. Kabam! Alright, 7 cards in hand for the opponent. 6 islands. Fairy Seer comes into play. We're going to scry and thinking it over. 1 top, 1 bottom. So they get to draw their card. We're just going to not do anything. Neither the damage nor the cards matters. If they ninja the ninja and then ninja the sprite, it's actually actively good for me. So they ninja their sprite, but what they could have done is gone ninja double ninja basically. They ninja and then ninja. They draw some cards. But if they ninja twice, then they could have double ninja, but they would not be able to play double spell center. Play a relic. Okay. Relic of Progenitus. That's what they're trying to draw into. Okay, I'm going to swing out with the Muldrifter. Play a Sunscape Familiar. Picking up the Chancery first in case I want to play the Snap. Familiar comes into the battlefield. Okay, snap the Muldrifter. Will the snap resolve? Alright. Got him. Alright, round 3. Round 3 on the play again. Okay, let's look at this. This is a great hand. Keep. We're protected. We're well protected. Feel good about it. Play the Ash Barons. We're going to use a little trick where we tap the Ash Barons, pick it up with the Chancery, and immediately cycle it. Let's see if they're on red. Endermeep. I don't think I've played this person. Arctic Tree Line. What does that mean? Oh, well, could be a lot of different things. Could be like a zoo nonsense deck. It could be Bogles. If it is Bogles, Prismatic Strands is good. We also have Familiar and Prosperous Pirates in hand, so we may be looking to combo quickly. Green, white. It is Bogles, okay. So we'll hide out. We're having an island. And then let's gain some more life with Faithful into Preordain. Prosperous Pirates we don't need anymore. Not sure we need another land either, so let's bottom that. Snap is decent. We can still Prismatic Strands. We can Preordain and then cast Prismatic Strands on their turn to get a fog in, and then have a second fog lined up. Or we can play Familiar. Looks like they're gonna just cast Rancor. So next turn if they cast Ancestral, it's 5 damage coming in. Not the worst. Familiar. We have a Preordain. I don't expect them to use Ram Through right now. Compulsive Research and Familiar. Okay. So the safe play would be to go Island, hold up Snap. Let's just do that. Pass a turn. Because this allows us to not get got by a Ram Through. Utopia Sprawl. So I feel very confident in my Bogles matchup with this list because we have so many Prismatic Strands and we have the combo win. But it gets really annoying if on Magic Online they gain a bunch of life and you actually have to compulsive them because you have to actually make the mana. Our opponent is going to play the Armadillo Cloak like I talked about. And we have no way of actually doing anything other than combo killing them. Oh man. Rough. Okay, they get in. I guess we can fog lock them with Strands. So that is an option. Let's think about that. So let's get Familiar. And then land Chancery, picking up the island. Then I'm going to snap the Faithful as a ritual, gaining a life. And then we're going to go untap, land. We're going to play Faithful. Then we can also, I think I'm just going to compulsive here. And then if I draw, I need Flicker Archaeomancer now. Find the Flicker. So we can draw 2 cards. We can discard 2 cards. We can discard Strands. Then play Prosperous Pirates. Then we have 1 fog lined up. Doesn't matter that much right now, but if they do mask it, I probably want to fog. And we could also DA right now, but I don't think that's necessary. Try to wait for the next turn for that. This is just the win if I find an Archaeomancer, because I can draw into the second Archaeomancer and then fog them out. Yeah, this can be an Ancestral, I think. Green, green, green. Ancestral Mask for the opponent. That's an 11-9. Huge Ledgewalker. Maybe we just don't fog right now because we want to try to buy time into actually holding the Strands and looping them. So they go to 36. We will put them back to 33. Alright. Attack you. Alright, they take some damage. We're going to evoke this Drifter. I don't know why I tapped both of those. Probably was not required. Draw some cards. Opponent lets that resolve, then we will make mana and draw cards. So Ghostly Flicker is a draw 2 ritual. Are you holding a Ram Through? It seems yes. So if we had Strands in response to the attack, then they would have been able to Ram Through and get the attack off. Okay, so we will Strands 1 time. Strands is going to be on green. Okay. Now we finally get to draw cards. Just let me draw my cards, opponent. Okay. Remember, I took out the Echoing Truth, which would be very good in this position. Where we can get rid of the Armadillo Cloak and stuff. Yikes. Okay, well, we got some tokens. Got a Deep Analysis. Looks like we might have to combo them. Play another Familiar. We'll just Flicker again. Let's deep. So Deep Analysis and Flicker don't really help either way, because neither of them put us over 11. We're still going to have to use the prismatic strands. Flicker right here. Get some treasures and draw some cards. Looking for an Archaeomancer or any sort of draw spell. Okay, we find a Ephemerate. We'll Ephemerate the Muldrifter. Continue to draw cards. We find a Faithful. Alright, that is actually good. We can Faithful into Modern Age, and that will put us to 11, which means that we can block and actually not use the strands, because we'll go to 2. Modern Age. If we find the Archaeomancer right now, that will be it. Did not find him. Alright, discard the Broker's Hideout. But we have an Ephemerate in Rebound. Going to pass. Discarding a Plains. And I'm setting an upkeep stop so that I can just Prismatic Strands right now. Green. Alright, 48 cards. We're going to F6, I think. Well, that's pretty annoying. They forced my hand. We're in a thin one. Grabbing an island. Pass the turn. We will rebound, draw a bunch of cards. One thing is you have to actually pop this out after the initial time. So we'll Ephemerate this Muldrifter. Opponent knows what they're doing. Definitely know what they're doing. Draw some cards. Draw some more cards. Discard this. Preordain. So we need to be over 17 life. Muldrifter Modern Age. Top. We will play the Familiar. Then the Pirates is free. 0 mana. Okay. And then play a Muldrifter. Play Modern Age once again. So that puts us to 19. We can counter a spell. Alright, we'll discard the Chancery. Play another Modern Age. Oh no, that does not actually work because... darn it. Okay, discard this. Let's evoke this Muldrifter. I forgot that the Modern Age counts for them as well. Snap would be good. We find the Archaeomancer. Alright. So now what we do is just block with everything. We can Mortuary Mire back our Flicker, our Muldrifters. Oh my goodness. Then we have to snap out our Faithfuls. They have 21. They're just going to attack, so we'll take it. We go to 2. They gain a bunch of life. Sure. Okay, my turn. Alright, here we go. We're gonna just do the thing. 46. We have to make a lot. Okay, we're gonna discard this Faithful. Discard the Familiar. We already have Compulsive in the yard. Okay, this comes up. Land. Play the Archaeomancer. Oh gosh. Forgot to snap my creature. Snap this Faithful. Okay. We're going to untap. And then Archaeomancer is going to get Ephemerate for Flicker. Make it into mana. Try to draw into my other Archaeomancer. And then we have to get rid of the other Faithful for time saving. And then shoot them. Ephemerate this. Go ahead and get the Flicker. Alright. Cast a Muldrifter. Trying to draw into my other Archaeomancer. Or snap. Okay. Good. Snap the Faithful so that this doesn't take quite as much time. I'm going to untap these two. Tap, untap. And then Flicker. Pirates. Opponent is thinking it through. So right now we're at 18 minutes. Let's see how long this takes. Doodle-a-doo-doo. Flicker here. Making sure not to flicker on my pirate. Or whatever. Making sure to actually draw. Archaeomancer, Muldrifter. What I want to do is get the stacks. Oh no. Archaeomancer, Muldrifter. Because when they come into play this way, it like piles them. Just 2 Archaeomancers on top of the deck. Alright. Go Flicker for some mana. And then I'm gonna play my other Archaeomancer. Grabbing the Flicker. And start flickering. We have all of our counter spells in hand. So right now they have 21 damage. I mean, what we could do is just put the Faithfuls in play. Maybe that's worth it. and snap them later. I don't know. So what's happening is we are now trying to make a bunch of mana. They're at 46, so we need to hit them how much times? 3 by 10 or 3 by 15. And each 15 is 10 mana. So we need to make like 35 mana because we're going to have to counter out a couple of times. We could have up to 3 more ram throughs. I suppose we probably want to draw our other Archaeomancer as well. Play the Archaeomancer, getting back to compulsive research. And then we'll just draw some cards, or make some mana. We're at 15 minutes. I might have to stop talking. My computer's taken off to the moon. Yeah, I think I want to play out the Faithfuls. That's so much time. Faithful. 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 Flicker. And then we're going to draw some cards. We're not drawing any cards. I'm going to yield through this turn, and that allows me to not have to click. I chose my path. I knew this would happen. Flickering some more. It'll just make it easier because they'll have an exact amount of mana. I wish we didn't have to burn the prismatic strands. That would be a lot easier for us. And we're flickering. 23 life. I think I'm just going to pass. Just get rid of a bunch of lands I don't care about. We do have to keep the Mortuary Mire, though. Get rid of the Deep Analysis. They play a Rancor. It's 25. Sure. I wonder if I can finish this before 10 minutes is on the clock. Let's block with the Vector Glider. Should have blocked with all my flyers, just to get him off the battlefield. Alright. So now we have to flicker for snaps. Oh, Jiminy. Shidibidi. We're going to flicker you out. You are going to lose. We don't know if there will be enough time, but we're going to try. Just want some blue mana. Ephemerate. Get back to snap. Snap this. Then we're going to flicker. Get back to snap again. Come on, opponent. Is that you or me? I don't know. It's probably me. My computer has not been happy about this. Flicker again. Okay, we're going to make the snap. Okay. Snap here. Press the OK button. Snap this one. Okay. Untap, untap. Okay, we have a bunch of mana. Start making mana. We need 30 plus another 2 or 3. Right now they have potential to make 3. To hit us with 3 Ramthers. I mean, we can respond to one of the Ramthers by just flickering the Archaeomancer. That should be fine. That's 23 mana. Okay. 24. That's 25. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Oh my goodness, we're gonna be at like 8 minutes left on clock. Thing is, like, without the Armadillo Cloak in play, they would not have been able to get us here, and they're specifically trying to let us time out. I mean, we chose our path. You'd think that as a Bogles player, they're here to, like, not have a good time, have a short time. 30. Alright, it's annoying. 31. Go to 32. Alright, here you go. Taste it. Begin countdown. We're at 10:23. Let's see how long it takes. Continue. This is specifically why I put compulsive research in the deck. Although I guess you could also, like, instead of playing compulsive research, play a Sage Row in there somewhere. That just feels like overkill. If you had Dawnbringer Cleric in the deck, this would also not have been a problem. Doink. But Dawnbringer Cleric, one of the things is, like, when you're facing the black-white ephemerate deck, they have a lot of big creatures in there that fly that you can't actually counter with Prohibit. So like snapping them out and attacking doesn't actually work out very well, which is why I was considering doing this. Okay, here's another 6 for you. So I'd like to move this over here so it's a fast click. Bam, bam. They are at 27. Impulsive. We're not F6ing or anything, so once they finally hit the ram through, we'll be ready. And we're just using each flicker individually. We have the 3 Archaeomancers in play. Good. Mess that up. Okay, Compulsive U, move this over here. Over there. This does eat their clock too, so if they're a very slow player, you can force them to eat clock that way, although it's not really nice. To do it 7 more times. At a certain point, we can actually flicker to get back double Compulsive, which will save us 1 loop. And then we can finish them with the Deep Analysis, straight to face. Although they could go for Prohibit. The ram through will actually kill us here, won't it, if they resolve it. So we just have to keep doing this. We can flicker and untap like an island. Maybe that'll be good. That would work. Alright, our opponent is getting shot with some compulsives. We need 5 more loops. 8 minutes. Started at 10:23. It's already been 2 minutes. Bam. Bam. Flicker. Get back compulsive. Yep. We have the 2 extra mana. I'm definitely cutting it tight. If I had more time, I would have made more mana, but my computer's like super laggy. Definitely causing me some issues. Compulsive. Bam. 7:47. Bam. Flicker. See if this resolves. We have enough to stop all of the ram throughs now. Maybe I made too much mana. Just get back 2 compulsives, and then just Compulsive U. Do it again. I don't know how much time that took. That took a lot of time, though. They're now dead. 7.5 minutes left. So now we kind of have to go for the disruption plan. We like our negates. We like our revoke existences. Don't really like the snaps very much. I would like to keep one of them. Prohibit is not the greatest. We do want to have infinite life. Maybe I'll just cut the Prohibit. And then trim 1 pirate. Submit like that. We're going to try to fog them. And then my Google Chrome was taking up a lot of process, so I killed that. Don't know why that was happening. Maybe we'll be slightly snappier now. Alright, we're on the draw. We have a turn 2 familiar, turn 3 deep analysis. We have flicker. I think that's good enough to keep. Let's see how many minutes our opponent takes with their mulligan decision. They have a lot of time to think it through. Keep. Try not to click. Try to click super fast. Turn on all of our auto yields and stuff. We play Arctic Tree Line. Broker's Hideout comes out right away. We grab an island. Luckily there's only one thing to click here. And they play a Standard Bearer, which does not do anything. Boink. Let's get familiar. We can cycle for an island and then go Modern Age into Deep Analysis, but I think it's better just Deep Analysis. Okay, they're going to get in for 3. Ram through my creature. Wow. Aggressive. Modern Age, pitching the Ash Barrens, pitching the Plains, Island, let's Preordain, looking for a Revoke, getting Mortuary Mire, let's keep both. Wow. I don't understand. What is going on with this person's deck? This is not the way. Okay, that's fine. Draw, we're going to discard the Ash Barrens, play the Mortuary Mire, try to get back to familiar. Let's see if they crack the relic. They don't crack the relic. Preordain, looking for... I guess they are probably wanting to bring in the relic because of the Prismatic Strands is. So that, never mind, that does make sense, I guess. Okay, we have a familiar in play again. Relic. Okay, fine. 7 damage. Bam. Take it. We'll go. So this goes to the play the Godfarrow's Faithful. Go ahead and I guess we could. We're pretty hosed either way. Look at this. Deep analysis. Draw some cards. They made us play for 17 or like 18 minutes in game 1, and then they're just going to kill us in 3 in game 2. It's like kind of ridiculous. Okay. There's 7. We're going to block with the Vector Glider, of course. So now this thing's just a 5/3. We can easily eat the Vector Glider with the Relic. No worries. Faithful. I think I'll just slam a Muldrifter. I'm gonna have to take risks here. I have a negate, okay. Land. Block with 1 Faithful. Alright, they eat the Ash Barrens. Another Relic. I guess I'm gonna negate it. Now I don't have to block. But if they have a ram through, I'm dead. It's fine, we'll just take it. They are highly about this thing. Play out. I'm going to attack first. Faithful. Go ahead and flicker. Go to 5. Draw some cards. Let's see if we can draw a revoke. Draw Prismatic Strands. Let's play Chancery. Picking up the Ash Barrens. We're still at 5 though. If I play the Modern Age, it puts me ahead. Okay. Cast Modern Age. We can also discard the Prismatic Strands. Nope. Now it doesn't matter. We can snap their Standard Bearer. I suppose that they could have something to do though. I'm going to discard their Prismatic Strands. Yeah. Okay. Your turn. Then I'll flash back the Prismatic Strands, and then I'll snap the Standard Bearer, and then I will not be under pressure anymore. With my 1 snap, we're going to Prismatic Strands on white. See, the thing is, post-board, it's just going to go a lot faster, so do we even really need to worry about stuff? Glade Cover Scout. Alright. I'm still looking for a Revoke Existence. Cycling for an island. Another familiar. So we can discard 1 fam. Play another familiar. Play Chancery, picking up, I guess, the plains. We're going to swing out. We can't snap our Muldrifter because of the Standard Bearer that's in play. Snap it. Not that it matters. So they're at 16. We untap. Sure. Relic occurs, and we're going to untap our lands. And ephemerate our Muldrifter. Trying to draw into a revoke. I didn't. Alright, fine. Cycle. Grab an island. That's a turn. They have a Standard Bearer. Although they don't know that Standard Bearer does not affect Ephemerate or Flicker. That doesn't actually matter because we only have 1 left in our deck. Doink. Pass the turn. Get rid of the Ash Barrens. We're going to begin attacking. We're kind of in the spot where now if we don't win this game, we lose. Based on time. I feel like we're ahead. Archaeomancer. So if I preordain into a Flicker, we can beat the Relic. Otherwise, we just have to play it out. There's the Flicker. Bottom. Top this. Land. Archaeomancer. Sorry about your Relic. It was really useful. Get back Ephemerate. They're going to go for the Exile, so we draw 2. And then we get back the Ephemerate, and we get back the Flicker. And then it stinks to be them, because the game is over. But can we win? Can we win in time? Ephemerate the Archaeomancer. Get back the Flicker. We'll let that resolve. And then I'll Flicker 1 more time. Then if you click the Drifter trigger, other thing will resolve first. Let's cast our Drifter, and that will allow us to discard the Prismatic Strands. No attacks. Discard Strands, discard Chancery, discard Island. Our opponent plays a Rancor. I'll just block with the Vector Glider. Block with the Mole Drifter, because that actually I can get back with the Mortuary Mire, my bad. So the Rancors go back to hand. They play a Bogle. Probably just put the Rancor in the Bogle. Okay, yeah. But now we have Ephemerate for Strands, so I don't know what you can do. Although we have one negate left, I believe. Ephemerate. Get back Ephemerate. Land. Go ahead and Ephemerate for the Prismatic Strands. Then we flicker here. We have 2 minutes and 7 seconds, so I'm pretty sure there's enough time. But you never know. Get back to flicker and the Mole Drifter. Cast the Mole Drifter. The clock is on. Cast Modern Age. We don't really need anything now. I'm just going to discard the island. Okay, we can discard 1 Strands. Now I can afford to preordain. Really looking for a counterspell. Okay, bottom this, top this, and we will attack. This puts in the 14. I guess that means that I have to play out this Mole Drifter. Then we're going to discard some lands. You and you. Because now we have 8 power. I guess it was 6 power anyway, so we would have been fine. I was afraid of not having the 2-turn clock, because we can protect ourselves for 3 turns with the Strands. Doodle-doo, my man. Strands on green, and we'll pass the turn. Should have put the Strands on the Standard Bearer, I guess. I mean the Armadillo Cloak. Waste of time, my friend. Waste of time. Go ahead and Ephemerate. We're at 1 minute and 16 seconds. Yep, that resolves. Draw a card, we discard this familiar. Go ahead and revoke this Armadillo Cloak. Lay land. Arcanomancer F6. And we get back the revoke resistance. And we swing with our flyers. Put you to 4. Are you happy? Are you happy now? Now our opponent's at 4. They untap. They play an Ancestral Mask, so we'll just go Strands on green. Yield through this turn, and should we give them the salty GG? I don't think so. That's not nice. Just have to be the better opponent. And we will just F6 and attack with everything. One thing they could do to try to cause us to use time here is double block. If we just hold the 2 key for the OK, it doesn't matter. Let's see if they do the double block. They don't. They take it. And we've won game 3. We're 3-0, going to round 4. I'll restart Magic Online. Okay, round 4 on the draw. I still think I'm going to keep. Plains is good for me. Press 8. We'll play Broker's Hideout, grabbing Plains ourselves. I would say Plains is like the best start that an opponent could have for a Familiars player. Unless it's Plain plus Island, then you're like much more scared. Okay, it looks like they have nothing. 2 Plains in a row and nothing. So I don't really want to play the Familiar out. Just play the Modern Age. I think I can afford to discard the Deep Analysis. I don't know about if I'm going to want the Snap or not. Next turn, probably cycle for an island and just cast the Deep Analysis. Okay, they got choices. Alright, so that was their black-white Ephemerate, black-white Initiative. So I can land, cycle, grab an island. If I were them, I probably would have gone for the Deep Analysis. Let's see. It's a discard a card. I will discard. I think it's going to be the Snap because that's a tough one, but I think the Snap is better to discard there. We can get it back with the Arcanomancer. We want to build towards our Prosperous Pirates combo. And we can't really afford to let them journey to nowhere our Archaeomancer, or like bolt it or whatever. They're going to Dawnmare Cleric and exile the snap. What's Modern Age? Into Modern Age? Okay, discarding Modern Age. Cycle for an island. And then go ahead and preordain. Chancery. Well, we don't want either of these because we have our land drop lined up. And we'll pass the turn. So here we can play the Pirates and then hold up Ephemerate. Or we can... we're probably going to slam the initiative. Yep. So we don't have very much time now. Get to draw a card and discard a card. Discard this Deep Analysis. Play Prosperous Pirates. Yep. Okay, so that's going to get me some treasure tokens. And then I will play a Faithful. Pass a turn. This allows me to save my creature with Ephemerate, and then Ephemerate the Prosperous Pirates. That'll get me the mana, then I can play Familiar, Archaeomancer for Ephemerate. Hopefully not die right away. Let's see what they do. They're going to Forge. They Forge, making it into a 5/8. That's a big one. It looks like they have another Ephemerate in hand. So if we find Flicker, we have the combo. So this is 5, 6, 7, plus another 5, 6, 7. This will put us to 0. They Ephemerate their Cleric. What are they going to do? Blow up the Modern Age this time? Okay. Bajukabog U. Alright. Broker's Hideout. That gives me a life. I go to 6. They're going to trap me. My Sunscape Familiar. I'm not sure what to do here, actually. Because I'm going to have to block this to live. Oh well, I guess we were ephemerating. Draw some cards. Yeah. I think I probably made some mistakes in the early game. It's going to cost us. Because we're not prepared to fight this battle here. Let's try to ephemerate the Mulldrifter. They're going to kill it. Right. We're going to now preordain. Discard both these cards. Guess I want the research. And we'll pass. I'm interested to see what they do here. We know they're going to trap us to put us to 5. And then they can just flicker the Cleric with the Ephemerate to get rid of my Ephemerate. And then we have to block with the Prosperous Pirates. We lose 5 life. We definitely don't want to be taking any unnecessary actions because this match is going to go very long. This is a match where we would have wanted to have maybe like lose focus or something for the Paladin. They ephemerate the Cleric to get rid of the Ephemerate. Okay. I think I'm priced into blocking with the Pirate. Block. It also, when they had that Bajukabog, that was a problem. They're kind of on the back foot. We're gonna Compulsive. I'm gonna leave open the white mana, just in case. I don't expect it to matter. Discard a land. Discard this card. I'm gonna go Sunscape Familiar. Guess it mattered. Land. Play Archaeomancer. Grab the Compulsive. And draw 3. Hope nothing bad happens. Discarding a land. Discarding planes. So now I can chump block with the fam. They get to draw cards. They got 5 cards in hand. So when Initiative was overrunning Pauper, I was under the impression that the PFP was going to simply ban all the Initiative. But what they did was they banned everything that was 4 mana and less, or just everything that was 4 mana, because they said it would be easily cast with Dark Ritual. And I just think that the Initiative is kind of heinous regardless, and we should have not ever had any sort of emblems in the format. But I think that people that play mid-range like this, they're very excited to be playing Initiative-y things because it allows them to do fun stuff. It allows them to have powerful cards to play. What are you going to do? One opponent plays Thraben Inspector, leaving a black mana up, tapping out. They have Bajukabog in their hand now. Trying to snap. I'm going to preordain first. There are some things that could get us out of this, like a flicker. Boom! Prismatic Strands, not really. Bottom, top this. Play Familiar. Play Archaeomancer. Grabbing the Compulsive. Gonna go ahead and Chancery. Picking up this. And then we're just gonna flicker away. That's infinite life. Probably just go to 30 here. We could also snap them out, but I don't think that's that useful. I think I should just get back a Preordain. They're gonna have the throne and then something bad's gonna happen to me. So now I'm comboing. Probably can't do very much more. Just flickering away. What's F6 here? Save some time. So by pressing F6, I don't have to respond to the Faithful, and then it might save me some seconds here on the clock. I'm going to go to 20, 19, 20, and then flicker these two, getting back the Preordain. And this is probably going to be a spot where we have to actually compulsive them out again. So they take the initiative, go to the Undercity. They reveal Paladin, Cleric, Paladin, Overseer, Dawnbringer, Overseer, Plains, Companion, Swamp. Probably will get the Paladin, I imagine, so I can continue going into the Undercity. We only have one, that's the Paladin, like we thought. It's going to be quite difficult to actually attack them for lethal. They are below us on clock, but if we have to make a ton of mana, it's going to be huge pain. Alright. They attack for 7. Yep, we'll take it. In paper, you would have just won. Well, maybe not, because infinite life doesn't necessarily win in this spot. Might be able to eat our flickers and things. But you would have been pretty ahead. Cracks a clue. 2 mana. Cycles of fumes, so it's 36. Okay, so we have to do 17 compulsives. They have potentially one way to disrupt us in hand. God for us Faithful. So let's play the Faithful and Preordain first. Just gives us a bunch of life. Although okay. Bottom this. Top the Prohibit. Let's compulsive ourselves. Looking for Prosperous Pirates. Discarding land. Discard this. Land. Let's flicker. Get back the compulsive. Okay, we're trying to move fast here. Compulsive me. Draw some cards. Discarding a land. Discarding 2 cards. Strands, Faithful. Go ahead and play Archaeomancer. And we'll get back to compulsive again. We're just going to pass the turn. I have Prohibit and Snap. Double Snap, actually. Got to start yielding things. We don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for this. We only have one pirate left, so compulsiving them out slowly is going to be terrible. Play a 3-man Inspector. We could do it though. I mean, probably have 4 cast downs. Take it in. Yeah, no blocks. Oh my goodness. The clock! Cracks the clue. They could play 2 spells. 2 black spells, potentially. Play Dawnbringer Cleric. They're going to get the Prismatic Strands. Fine. I'm going to flicker for the Preordain. And if they have a counter, I'll just counter and get back to Prohibit. Not if they have a counter, but they have a removal spell, I mean. Back to Preordain. That's pretty bad for me. So when they're ephemerating the Cleric, counter that. I did not think that they were going to have an ephemerate there. I was just counting on them casting a black spell. Alright, Chancery. We don't have much time here. Preordain. Looking for that pirate. Bottom these. Okay, another Prohibit. Draw some cards. Land. Discard this. Okay, we got it. Snap this. Tap, untap. Snap this one. Tap, untap. Cast the pirate. Now I'm going to make some mana. put this over here. Some more mana. And then I think I'm going to save the mana through my turn and just counter all their stuff. I'm trying to get to the required mana on board. Right now, okay, flicker, get back to prohibit. Okay, your turn. We're just going to block and flicker. We're at 20. We're going to get trapped. Still going to discard one of these faithfuls. They asked me what the combo was. I said compulsive. Compulsive to face. Alright. Block. Block. Then I'm going to build some mana again. Sweet. Our opponent was kind. That was very nice of them. Thank you, opponent. Going to get rid of these strands. Bring in a negate and a revoke. I wonder if I should bring in 2 revokes. Yeah, let's do it. They probably have a ton of relics. Just submit it that way. Game 2, we're on the draw. We're going to keep it deep. Land Preordain, turn to Modern Age probably. They can cleric it, but that's fine. Yield, and we got to turn on our auto yield, so we're not using our time. Just hit up a Preordain. Okay, definitely bottom that. Could top the Faithful. Pass the turn. They have a Thraben Inspector, so we're going to go. Oh, Bojuka Bog's my. They just didn't have another land. I don't have to click anything, my bad. Okay, land, Faithful, cycle for an island. Tapping out here allows the past magic to work. They play a Spirited Companion, not that scary, so that's good. We will block. Oh man, nothing. Let's go ahead and Modern Age, discard the island. I'll discard the hideout. Whatever. Chancery picking this up. So here, if they have the cleric on my Modern Age, I'm pretty hosed. Simply because I don't have any other way to draw a card at the moment. Yeah, we're gonna block. After this, if I untap and they don't kill the Modern Age, then we're in a good spot. Looks like they're gonna pick up the Thraben Inspector to draw a card. Okay. We get to draw and discard. And we'll discard plains or an island. I think plains. Play familiar, play island, and we'll pass. Next turn we can snap and replay the Modern Age, assuming they tap out. I have to remember I only have 3 snaps in the deck at the moment. And they're probably going to be playing clerics. They draw a card with the clue. Plays with an Obscura. Yep. Okay. Just lots of... Obscura actually has 2 triggers. So there's an ATB trigger and then a sacrifice trigger. Okay. Block, block. We'll take the 2. So next turn, they can play their Goliath Paladin. I don't know if trying to steal back the initiative is like really where I want to be. I think I probably want to just go familiar and snap the Vector Collider, replay. What's happening? Ephemerate? Okay. Snap the glider. So I gain a life, I untap all my lands, play the glider again, then I pitch an island. I have a revoke existence for a potential relic, play Archaeomancer, getting back the snap, and pass. They'll probably play the Goliath Paladin here. What I'm looking for is probably a Muldrifter, so that I can do Drifter, Snap, Drifter. They're going to go ahead and draw with the Companion. So if they have a land drop, they're good. Chainer's Edict. Discard the Faithful for now. I mean, sacrifice the Faithful. Another Chainer's Edict. That's kind of annoying. Okay, familiar. Basilica picking up Bog, so we're going to lose our Fam and our Faithful. Glad I didn't sacrifice the Archaeomancer, I guess. Anything. We get an Archaeomancer and a Flicker. So we have to discard the island, I think. Well, we could discard the Revoke Existence. Mancer, get back to Revoke. course. Of course, of course. Play the island. Pass the turn. Now we have infinite snaps where we go snap and then ghostly flicker because this costs 1 pip and this costs 1 in a blue. We have cost 3 and then we have 1, 2, 3 and that would work. So if they play the Goliath Paladin right now, we can snap them out and then Dawnbringer Cleric. I can't do anything about that. They get to kill our Modern Age. They cast an Inspiring Overseer. Wonder if I should try to snap them out here. Probably not. I don't think so. If I negate, right, I'll pass. Alright, so on their end step, I am going to go ahead and snap everything. That will cause them to have to discard. They get in for 4. Right, whatever, block. Skyfisher's going to pick up what? Picks up Spirited Companion. They draw. Snap. So I think they're thinking about responding with an Ephemerate. But we have a negate. You'll probably have to snap the Cleric here. Just negate that. Snap. So right now they're at 5 in hand. Splits them to 6. Okay, get back my snap. Snap. Looking for a pirate or any draw spell really would be good for me. I have to discard 2 cards. And we just flicker and get back our snap. So sort of a time walk, an expensive one, time-wise. We discard probably the Thraben Inspector, Spirit Companion Plains. Okay, we swing out. I was gonna hold the Plains in hand in case I draw a Modern Age. Spirit Companion, draw a card. So once again, we can just snap everything and then cause them to have to discard again. But we only have, what, 5 creatures in hand? They discarded 1 companion. Inspiring Overseer. Okay. There are 8 cards in hand. 7 cards now. Snap this. So they're just using their mana. As long as they tap low enough that a negate will suffice, then I'm just going to keep doing this. Okay, so we snap again. We go to 9 cards again. Flicker back all of our stuff again. Really looking for a drifter here. They have scooped it up. That was very kind. Thank you, opponent. They know they're locked. We pretty much didn't have anything going on. We found the pirates for a bunch of mana. Eventually get to the, well, lock them out and then prohibit everything on the way back down. Okay, let's go to round 5. Round 5, here we go. Versus Bola Warrior. I think they usually played Fae, but I don't remember. I'm gonna mulligan because I have a 1-lander and I'm a little bit feeling risky about that. I'm gonna keep this though. I think Archaeomancer is not necessary, but it could be good. So let's put back the Ash Barons, and then we're probably looking at turn 3 Faithful into Modern Age or Faithful into Snap or something. Alright, they're probably on Blue-Red Fae. Land go. I think we can beat Blue-Red Fae. There's the Snow-Covered Island. And Augur Bolus. And they whiff. Okay, let's go ahead and grab Plains and play out our Faithful. That's a turn. And we're going to go for the block so they can't ninja. They'll probably have a Bolt though. Or a Scred. 5 cards in hand. Yikes. Alright. Trying to get some recording done in the late evening here. Do they have the Bolt? Here's what they do. Okay, so we're just going to not play around anything, play the Chancery out. Okay, pick this up. It would be frustrating if they had a Spell Pierce here. Here comes Modern Age. That resolves. Modern Age is very, very, very good versus fairies. Just blocking all day. It makes them have to spread out their removal, so they can't just use it on their familiars and faithfuls. They have to use it on something that matters. So if they ninja here, we could like snap the ninja. Wow, they're not going to do anything. Okay, that's really good for me. That means I get to discard my planes and play the Chancery, then hold up stuff. Okay, we'll discard the Prismatic Strands, play the Chancery, pass the turn, picking up this island. So I'm going to set my blocks for, or set my stops here on their block, so that if they ninja right now, I can snap it. They didn't counter the Modern Age. Are they going to counter anything else? So if I resolve a familiar, then we can just use the strands. Let's see if the familiar resolves. I mean, we can just use the strands to counter a bolt or something. Okay, that resolves. So we'll just pass, I guess. Plan on using my strands. So far, my opponent's done basically nothing. Strands on red. Yep, okay, so now they get to untap. Play another Augur of Bolus. So no ninja today. I mean, they can't kill my creature and get a ninja in. Unless they have a land. Do you have the land? So what I'm kind of... Well, okay, no cards again. Once again, their Augur Bolus just straight up whiffs. Disappointing for her opponent. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to just, like, jam a Muldrifter out, though. I think what I'll do is... Yeah. Let's go Vector Glider attack. We're going to take that. Then I will... Chancery. Picking up this island. I'm going to go ahead and snap the Vector Glider. I'm tapping my lands. If they respond by killing it, I'm just going to play Muldrifter. If they don't kill it, then I play it out. If they kill it, that's fine, because we now have Muldrifter. Don't know what's going to happen here, though. They've used 3 red removal spells, and they have 4 cards in hand. 3 cards in hand now. So likely they have a ninja. I have no idea what they're doing. They bash in. They didn't ninja before. We have Faithful. Okay, they do have the Sprite. Sprite's going to resolve. Snap. Unfortunately, we can't get anything good back. Okay, they dispel the snap. Bummer City for me. We are going to get back our snap. And play a land. Pass the turn. Maybe I shouldn't have 6 here. Because if they have another ninja, if they have a ninja at all, I'm going to snap it. But no ninja. Maybe have the Spellseeker Sprite? I don't know. Let's go land. Play Archaeomancer. Getting back the snap. And then I have Ephemerate for snap. And I don't know what they have in their hand. Okay, we get the snap back. I probably should have attacked there. We're looking for probably deep analysis because I'm kind of concerned that they have a counterspell here. Alright, Faithful again. They're just going to scoop it up because they had a terrible, terrible hand and their Augur of Bolus did absolutely nothing. Cut this Prismatic Strands for some Hydroblasts and probably just call it a day. We'll go from there. You could cut the Prosperous Pirates, but I feel like going over the top of them is going to be good. Maybe not. Well, I could maybe ring in the Dispel and another Hydro. Let's do that. Just Value Town. Usually when we were playing combo, I would cut it versus the various decks. Alright, so they're on the play. They kept 7. Not very good for us. We can't protect our Preordain. I think I'm going to mulligan. This is a little bit better. We'll keep and get rid of the Compulsive. I'm going to go Broker's Hideout for Plains. If they don't hold up a Spellsetter Sprite, then I can play out my Faithful. But if they do, then I just go Broker's Hideout for an island. Cycle for an island. Grab an island. Hideout, pass. I don't know if they're going to have the Spellsetter Sprite or not. They could flash it in on the end step, and then like get in, ninja me, leave up to spell, gets in, ninjas me. Little ninja. Interesting. So, That means we can resolve this Faithful. We're going to have to snap the Spellstutter Sprite. Oh, wait, now we can prohibit it? Oh, geez. That's the goodness. Prohibit, I specifically started playing in Familiars because of Spellstutter Sprite. They're afraid. Fear me. Let's snap that. Make them work for it. They probably have a Red Blast here. Looks like no. I probably should just spend like 2 Prohibits and 4 Red Blasts, because if they Monarch me right now, I'm pretty dead. Okay. Okay, so they can Spell Stutter, and then I will Prohibit, and then they have a Dispel, and I have a Spell. Counter. You have Ninja in hand. Can't do anything. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. Play Augur of Bolus. It's a pretty good one. Especially to get back their Ninja there. Thanks. Cast another Augur Bolus. I feel like this one's gotten away from me, folks. We did not make the land drops. Basically have to Arcane-Mancer into Prohibit. They have Little Ninja in hand. Okay, we found the Arcane-Mancer into Prohibit. Your turn. They can just kill the Arcane-Mancer really quick. And then just slam in. Ninja me. I'm ready to move on to the next game, that's for sure. Feels pretty hopeless at the moment. Okay, they have gotten in. Play another Augur Bolus. It's Brainstorm. I mean, they're just getting in for 4, right? It's just 4. So we cycle this. I mean, we're not dead until we're dead. Fortunately, I mean, we have to hang on. This is the last one for the 5-0. Shabam! Draw 2. Find Flicker Compulsive. So we have some interaction. We can, like, maybe protect a Muldrifter. They get in for a lot. 4 put us to 14. Then I'm going to have to Deep Analysis. They have a big Ninja. Oh, douche. That's not great. So, our best thing here would be Familiar off the top, because we could go Familiar, Flashback Deep Analysis, hold up Dispel Prohibit. We could block the big Ninja. Oh, they played a land. That means that they must have Spellstutter Sprite plus Counterspell. Or they just want to... So they played out their Fairy Seer, and they went bottom, and then played an Augur Bolus. So they were just looking for a way to get some good Augur hits. And they whiffed again. Wow. I think all I'm going to do is try to resolve a Muldrifter. This is probably the highest upside, also highest risk play. They didn't have a Red Blast. What? They have a Bolt, though. I'm just going to scoop it up. It's not worth it. I mean, we still didn't draw lands. So crazy. Familiar, some lands. I don't think it was going to happen. Dispel, Hydroblast, Prohibit. I think we're good. Submit. On the play, we want to resolve a Faithful and Modern Age early, and then go from there. That's basically our whole plan. Hydroblast to stop their Red Blast and their bolts and stuff, and then try to win. Want to win. Here we go. I'm keeping. So we have a turn 3 Compulsive, or maybe we can play out a Faithful if we draw it. Bottom both of these. They're way too slow for where we are right now. So the land was bad. The Arcane-Mancer was probably bad. Fairy Seer is scary for me. I guess. Okay, that stinks. So we're going to cycle this for... What? I misclicked. That is a oh darn moment. Very much an oh darn moment. Looks like they're going to get in and Ninja me. No Ninja. Okay. Play the Chancery. We will pick up this and correctly cycle it. Grabbing an island and passing the turn. Then on their turn, so they flash in a Sprite. So now we cannot actually use a Compulsive. We have a Maestro's Theater, so they're trying to play this life gain as well. I wonder if they are splashing black. Looks like no. Will they Ninja? Sort of says no. Cycle for an island. Wow, come on. Pass the turn. They're indicating that they have another Spellstutter Sprite. It's a pretty bad hand. We've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of 21 lands. Okay, we have Prohibit now. So we can prohibit the Monarch if they play that. Seems like they're not really playing Monarch though. Just 2 damage a turn. They could have triple interaction though. Man. So what do we do? 1, 2, 3, we have Dispel plus Prohibit. I think we can win. I don't think we can win the stack war if we try to go for it. They are beating us into a pulp with little teeny guys. Yeah, we're at 11. We cycle for a land. Play a land. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. We attempt to compulsive. They have the Sprite, as expected. We have the Prohibit. We have the Dispel. They have the Counterspell. So now we have to draw into a Muldrifter or we're dead. And they probably have the Ninja. Wow, okay. Nothing we could have done. We're going to ride this out. They get in. No Ninja. We're at 5. Then they just go bolt, you're dead. That's funny. Fairy Seer. So that means one more Spellstutter Sprite kills us. I knew they had triple interaction. I knew they weren't going to play anything. We find a Flicker. Okay. So we now need Drifter into Flicker into, I don't even know, Faithful, snap something. There's not actually anything we can do. We go to 1, and they bolt us. No? We are going to scoop it up. Alright, sad end to our story. So if that compulsive research had been a deep analysis, I feel like we would have been in the game there, but it wasn't. So, oh well. So compulsive research saved our butt a lot of times for comboing off, but it is very weak to fairies. So if you're going to be playing against fairies, you probably want another deep analysis here. Maybe we could just play 3 deep analysis, 1 compulsive research, and that would be cool. I'm not sure. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.